Kimberly, you give me my cue.
Okay.
All right.
Hi, everyone. We are
Good
waiting.
evening.
We are
Welcome
waiting.
back, Kristen.
From Tristan.
Welcome, Susan and Tracy.
Hello, from Tracy.
Welcome. Let's see.
Okay, Michelle, we're ready.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michelle Fletcher, and I am the academic recruiter for the college. Thank you all for joining us in this information session. My voice is not doing so good today, and I'm going to move us through this very quickly and into the general session. Now, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is our 6th session, and we do pack a lot of information into this 1 hour. So if you're interested in accessing any of the previous sessions, they've been recorded and they are located on our website and on our YouTube channel. Just as an FYI, around the 3rd session, we started doing what we call a highlight. So we are highlighting different staff in their offices. So when you go in to look at previous sessions, you will see that we've highlighted our dual enrollment office. So if you need information about dual enrollment, you might want to plug in there and get a little more information about that office. We've highlighted the transfer office. There are probably many of you out there who will be looking at transferring to a 4-year college. And so we got some real good information in that session for you as well. And then in the 5th session, we highlighted our student accessibilities office. Now, there are students out there who may very well have had an IEP in high school, and I would encourage you and your family to listen into that session because you're going to get some really good information at how we help you at the college level and being successful in your studies. So feel free, again, to check out any of these sessions, and should you have any questions, our contact information is also provided. Now tonight, we are highlighting our workforce office. Mrs. Francie Dye is the workforce training coordinator. She will be speaking with us about program opportunities for those students that are looking to get in and get out. We know that not everybody is looking for a 2 or 4-year degree, but we also know that you're gonna need more than that high school diploma as you move forward. These programs are fast-paced, however, the credential that you will earn are nationally recognized. Now the objective, again, for these sessions is 2 things. Get information to you and an opportunity for us to hear from you. So we will have a Q&A at the end of this session, and I would encourage you to get your questions together because we want to make sure we get your questions answered. Now, in just a minute, Dean Ferris will come, and he's going to say a quick hello. Kimberly French will follow up because she's going to lay out the rules of engagement for this afternoon. And after that, you're going to hear from our presenters. Now, we have 6 presenters this evening, and they each have about 7 minutes to she will be talking about the application process. Brian McNamara is our financial aid coordinator. He will talk to you about financial aid. Brittany Cochran is our navigator. She's going to talk with you about getting started. And I've had several families talk with me over this past week about that process, and Brittany is the person that is going to help you understand how to navigate that. Mark Zacola is a counselor. He will talk with you about academic and technical programs. Francie Dye, again, the office that we're highlighting this evening, will be talking with you she's our workforce training coordinator, and she will be talking with you this evening as well. Deanne McDaniel is gonna round it out, talking to us about activities that we do at the college. She is our activities coordinator. Also on the panel, we have Donna Grant Page. She's our dual enrollment coordinator. And then Hunter Overstreet, he's our student success coordinator. And they are available to answer questions as well. So again, we pack a lot of information into this hour, and We just, again, ask that you just kind of tune in and get what you need. And remember that those all of these sessions are recorded. Michael is now going to come to Ferris and do a quick hello.
Hello. And now I'll send it over to Kimberly. Now,
There we go.
welcome everyone. I tell you, we love our school. We have a lot of fun doing these sessions. As Michelle said, this is our 6th one, and every time they get a little bit more and more fun. So we appreciate those of you that have been here before and are coming back for the 2nd or 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th straight time. And well, I'm probably the least important person on this panel, so I'm going to just get us started by introducing Kimberly French, and she's going to go over the ground rules. And Kimberly, if you wouldn't mind taking it away, I think you've got something fun for our students to do, right?
I sure do. Hi, everyone. I'm Kimberly French, the first year programs coordinator, and we are so excited to have you here tonight. And we're going to go over a little bit of information first before I do the fun little poll I want to do with you. But if you look at the very bottom of your screen, you'll see manage participants. In that, you can raise a hand if you have a question. Feel free to do that, and we'll be able to see that and be able to answer your questions for you. As well as down below, you'll see a little reaction area. That's where you can do a thumbs up, or you can do a clap if you think something's good that we've done that you want to give a clap to. Also, in the chat feature, if you have questions, we'll be doing a question and answer session at the very end, and we'll be able to answer your questions then as well. So please feel free to put your questions in there and we'll get them answered. Now, off to something fun. We need your help. We have a mascot on campus, and it is a cougar, and Deanne's going to show you the picture of that. But we need your help. We want to name our cougar. So I'm going to share a poll with you, and if you would be willing to help us choose our cougar name. I'm going to launch that, and tell us which one you think we should name our CVCC cougar.
And Kimberly, do you need to scroll down to capture the other names?
Let's see.
Yes.
Take a minute. Yeah, we've got Kobe, Future, Freddie, Cosmo, Chase, Chappie, Champ, Cap, Calvin, and Bruno.
All right. We have got everybody captured. I'm going to end the polling, and I'm going to share the results with you. All right. This is what you came up with. You said Freddie Cougar, and then Future, and then Kobe. So we had 2, 2, and then 1. So thank you for being a part of that and engaging with us to be able to name our cougar. We appreciate that. All right, now I'm going to hand it over to Karen Alexander, our college registrar, to get you started with our admissions processes.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming out tonight. We always enjoy sitting in front of groups of students like this and future students that we can welcome to campus. So I hope tonight's session is very informational and you get all your questions answered. We'll all be on until the end for a Q&A session. So if you have any questions for my presentation as I go through, feel free to drop them in chat or just ask, and we'll take some as we go and we'll answer at the end as well. So to get you started, I just wanted to thank those of you who have already applied to CVCC. So if you've already done your application, you should have received a confirmation email. Once you've received that email, you are an admitted student, so congratulations. If you've not yet done your application to the college, all you need to do is go to our website, click on admissions link, click on apply. It only takes about 5-10 minutes. It's an easy application form that you'll fill out. And once you have your confirmation, you will be an admitted CVCC student, getting ready to go as well. So we are glad that you are joining us. And a couple things I want to talk to you about tonight are just things that you can do after you've done your application to get you started, get you prepared. You'll hear later from our navigator and counselor on campus, representing that group of individuals who are going to help you get started with classes. But before you even get to that stage, you can do a few things to check your application, check your account to make sure that you have everything ready to roll. So one thing you'll want to do as soon as you've gotten your student ID number, you've logged in, is to check to see if you are coded for in-state tuition. If you are a Virginia resident, have been a lifelong Virginia resident, or if you have lived in Virginia for at least 1 year, you likely will qualify for in-state tuition. That is the best available tuition rate that we reserve only for Virginia residents. And if you feel this applies to you, just check your account. You should have seen a pop-up on the screen as soon as you applied that will tell you if you were coded for in-state tuition. If so, that's great. There's nothing else you need to do. If it says that you're out of state and you feel you should be in state, there's an appeal process you can go through. All you have to do is go to the website, look for a domicile form or in-state tuition application, and you can fill that out, submit it to the Admissions and Records Office, which I represent, and we can review that information. You send your supporting documentation like a driver's license or Virginia tax information, just things showing that you have been a full year Virginia resident. So we can help you with that process. If you have all the correct documentation, it's easy to get switched over. And we'll be glad to help you with that anytime as you apply, after you've done your application, and as you get working with our counselors and navigators to get your classes set up. Now, speaking of classes, registration for fall is just right around the corner. We're going to begin that on Monday, May the 4th. So Star Wars Day, this coming Monday, easy to remember. That's when fall registration will begin. That's for classes starting in August, which many of you are probably planning to attend. Now, if you want to get an even quicker start, we do have summer term coming up. We are going to offer classes for summer fully online. Fall, we hope to have some classes in person perhaps, but summer classes will be all online right now. Registration for that is currently open. Those classes begin May 18th, so you still got time to get registered for May summer classes in May if you want to get an even earlier start. So that's available to you. When you click on the website, there's a My CVCC link. You can go ahead and get started there. You can sign into that. If you've not yet set up your username and password, you can click the password link, start answering security questions, get everything set up so you can easily reset your password in the future. That will get you into your account. This is where you can register yourself for classes. You can see your transcripts. You can get everything set up that you'll need to have available. And speaking of transcripts, we are staffed, even though we're in remote locations and you see us in homes and virtual offices all around here, we are still offering the same services we always have. So we can receive your transcripts electronically, in the mail, anything you need to send into campus, we've got a way to get that for you, whether it's via email or mail services in ways that we always would. So that's what I want to leave you with, is just the reassurance that you guys are in an exciting place right now, getting ready to come to college or come back to college. And we just want to assure you that even though we're in a virtual environment right now, this will not last forever. And we're here to help you the same as we would be face-to-face. And we'll work with you all the way through to your graduation or your future career plans, which Francie Dow will talk to you about some of that later too. And also just to point out, there is a different application process. So if you are here for the workforce piece tonight, there's a separate non-credit application you'll do for workforce. And it's actually even quicker and easier than the full credit application. So Ms. Francie Dow will talk to you about that a little bit in just a moment. But if you have any questions about the admissions process at the end, I'll be glad to answer any questions. And Kim, do we have any questions in chat right now?
Not yet, no ma'am.
All right, well, if you think of any, we'll all be around, like I said, to the end. So we'll be glad to answer anything that you have. But at this time, I want to turn it over now to Ryan McNamara. He's head of our financial aid department here on campus, and he's going to talk to you about options for afforded college.
Great. Thank you, Karen. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining our call this afternoon. I want to spend a couple minutes with you just to go over financial aid, and I want to show you how simple it is to apply for financial aid at CVCC. And then hopefully if you have any questions, we can answer those, or if you want to save them to the very end, we can do that as well. So I'm going to share my screen with you right now because I want to go through a quick PowerPoint presentation. So hopefully everybody can see my screen. So first I want to say congratulations. Congratulations for where you are in this point in your process. Mom, dads, congratulations to you also. I have a senior in high school, so I'm right there with you. We will get through this together, but congratulations for where you are so far in your schooling career. So a couple things. How do you pay for college? So there's two things that you need to do. One is apply for admission, obviously. You need to be enrolling at CVCC. And the other thing you need to do is apply for federal student aid, which is the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. This determines financial need, all right? You need to make sure you go to FAFSA.gov, not FAFSA.com, not FAFSA.org, or any of those others, because many of those websites will charge you for the same thing that you can do for free. So make sure FAFSA.gov is the location that you go to. If you have any questions, obviously you can reach out to our office and we can help walk you through the FAFSA application. So Karen had mentioned earlier about in-state tuition. So just to give you an idea, if you are in-state, a Virginia resident, our tuition rate is about $161 per credit hour. Meaning if you are enrolled taking 12 credit hours, your charges would be $161 times 12. So that's just to give you an idea of what the cost or the charges would be for your CVCC classes. Now on to the good part is the financial aid. So I had mentioned the FAFSA. If you are planning to enroll this upcoming fall in August, you're going to want to complete the 2020-21 FAFSA. Again, the website is fafsa.gov. And you'll need to make sure that you create a username and password. Now, it's important to keep in mind that both the student and one parent needs to create a username and password, because that will be your electronic signature for the FAFSA. And also keep in mind, if you're under the age of 24, a parent is required for the FAFSA. So just make sure that you include a parent and the parent information on the FAFSA when it asks. And one important thing when it comes to documentation and documents, when you submit the FAFSA to us, if our financial aid office reaches out to you and notifies you that we need certain documents from you, maybe a copy of your taxes or some verification worksheet or a copy of a high school diploma, something like that, make sure you get those documents in, because your financial aid will not be finalized or cannot be finalized until all documentation is in. So just be mindful of that. If we are requesting information from you, please submit it in a timely manner. So some of the financial aid that you may be eligible for, the federal Pell Grant. So this is based on the financial need of the FAFSA. As a full-time student, the maximum Pell Grant amount is about $6,300 a year. It's determined by financial need, like I had said, and it's awarded to undergraduate students who do not have a bachelor's degree. And again, a reminder, if we need additional documentation from you, please submit that so we can finalize your financial aid sooner rather than later. Another federal grant that you may be eligible for is called FSEOG. And again, it's based on the FAFSA, based on financial need, and the award amount is about $100. So not as much as the Pell Grant, but $100 is $100. So on to some state grants. We have the Commonwealth Grant, which is the short word COMA. It's a state-funded grant for Virginia residents. The award amount is up to tuition and fees for the academic terms. And you have to be enrolled at least 6 credit hours or more to be eligible for that state grant. Okay, so 6 credit hours or more. Some other state grants that you may be eligible for, the VCCS grant and the PTAP. The PTAP is the part-time tuition grant. Now that program or that grant, you have to be enrolled 1 to 8 credit hours. So it's not for full-time, it's for part-time students. But remember, the other state grant was for 6 credit hours or more. So regardless if you're taking 1 credit hour all the way up to full-time, there is aid that is available for you in your college persistence. And the final financial aid piece that you may be eligible for, we have an educational foundation. So when you apply to the apply specifically for this grant, you may be eligible for it. Again, this is above and beyond the federal funds and the state funds that you may be eligible for based on the FAFSA. Let's see, the next slide is loans. So there are loans that are available to you. They're guaranteed to you. You don't have to pass a credit check or anything like that. If you want the loans, there's a couple documents that you have to fill out online. But that's the only other requirement that is needed from you is the applications for the loans. Okay. We do have part-time jobs available. So if you are interested in working while you're on campus, this is a great opportunity for you to be able to work and go to school all in the same place. You're paid by the credit hour that you're in, by the hours that you work. So it's like a regular job, an hourly job rate. And we also have the option of potentially you can do community service jobs in the area and get paid for it. So again, that's an option that you have, is you are able to work on campus. There's also a net price calculator. So if you're thinking, I wonder how much aid I may be eligible for, there's a quick 30-second question and answer session where it asks you some questions, you answer it, and it will let you know what aid you may be eligible for this upcoming year. So you don't even have to go through the whole FAFSA if you just want to get an idea of what aid you may be eligible for. So once you receive, once we package your financial aid, we award you all of the aid that you're eligible for. There's a website that you're able to go to view your financial aid and the awards and kind of look to see what aid we have awarded you based on your eligibility. And also there are tuition payment plans. So if you have an outstanding balance for the semester, but you can't pay it all up front, there are payment plan options available to break up that monthly payment into 3 or 4 different payments, so you're not having to pay the full amount up front. Many people ask, are you able to use financial aid for books? And the good answer is yes. You are able to use financial aid to cover your books. So if you're eligible for aid, more than what your charges are for your tuition, you don't have to come up with anything out of pocket. It can all be covered by your financial aid that you're receiving, okay? And things have changed. So I just want to spend 30 seconds to let you know, when you submit your FAFSA, so the upcoming fall semester, your 2020-21 FAFSA is based on 2018 tax information. Obviously, a lot of things have changed since 2018. And I want you to know that we are here for you. We are available to help you. If you have life-changing things that have happened in your life, a parent has lost their job, a parent's hours have been drastically reduced, the income for your household is just not the same as it was in 2018 based on those tax information. We as the financial aid office can make an adjustment to your FAFSA. You answer the FAFSA exactly how it asks, but we in the financial aid office can make an adjustment. So if we reduce the income amount of your household, theoretically, the less income the student or the family has, the greater financial need that you have. So if we're able to make an adjustment, there's a potential that you may be eligible for more aid than you would have without us making that adjustment. So if that is something that you think you may want to talk to us about, please reach out to us. Again, if a parent has lost a job or any extenuating circumstances like that, please reach out to us. Again, we're here to help you and to make sure that we can do everything we can to make this affordable, an affordable education for you. Our last slide is our contact information. I would encourage you, if you have any questions, to email us. Our email address is there. It's just financialaid@centralvirginia.edu. If you want a copy of this PowerPoint presentation, we can email that to you as well. So just reach out to us through the email, and we'll be glad to share this with you. And I think I am done sharing my screen, and we're back to our Brady Bunch squares. And so if there are no questions, I'm not sure if there are, but I'm going to pass it on now to Brittany Cochran, who's a college navigator, and she's going to walk through the next steps with you in your college application process.
Thank you, Ryan. Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany Cochran, and I'm one of the few college navigators at CVCC, and our role is to help you with getting started. So hopefully you've applied to CVCC, but if not, we can help you with the application process that we already heard from Karen about. And then same with financial aid that we just heard from Ryan about. If you haven't already started the financial aid process, we're here to help you through that, or we can get you in contact with somebody from the financial aid office. We do have counselors in there that can work with you if you feel more comfortable talking to them. But once you've got your application in and your financial aid completed, now you are ready to determine your placement into certain programs or into classes. So for those of you that are right out of high school, or maybe you're just a few years out of high school and you've never taken any college classes, then we may be able to use your high school transcripts, depending on your GPA, in order to place you into classes like math and English. We can also look at SAT scores or ACT scores if you have taken those. Now, if for some reason you don't meet those requirements, then we do have a placement test for math and English that typically we would either have come to your high school and proctored for you, or you would come to campus and take. But since we're all remotely working and virtual right now, we have a couple other measures in place. We have a practice placement test that we can share with you to kind of help best advise on what classes you might be ready for. And we have a couple different forms that we'll share with you and kind of have you answer some questions to kind of just help determine where you should be placed at, because our goal is to help you be successful. So we don't want you going into a class that you're just quite not ready yet. We also don't want you to go in a class that that you're not necessarily needing, and it might be too easy of a level of math class or something. So for those of you, though, that have been out of high school for at least 5 years, we have an adult self-informed placement form that we'll do with you, and that is you self-placing yourself essentially into a class. Again, we are there to help advise you on what level you should be at. And then some of you may have already taken college classes elsewhere. So if you've taken math and English somewhere else, like Karen had mentioned, just get those transcripts sent to us, and then we're able to mark your prerequisites met we can award credit for transfer courses. So there's a few ways, and don't worry, we're there to help you through that. But once we've determined placement, the fun part kind of starts, where you get to pick your classes and make your schedule. Like Karen mentioned, summer enrollment is open right now. Summer classes are going to be fully online, virtual, and that could be a mix of just like this, through a Zoom session during certain times, or it could be a total online class. If you have a preference, we can work with you on kind of touch and base with our professors to find out which way the class will be offered. For the fall, we are hoping to be back on campus, but we're, keeping watch day by day, determining what will be best. But the plan is to be back on campus with a mix of some virtual online classes as well. So again, we can kind of help best advise you for whatever your preference is, if you're looking to be fully online in the fall or not. But I know that Kimberly will share our contact information with you later, so don't hesitate to reach out to us. We can set up an appointment with you through a Zoom session just like this. We can work with you over the phone or email, whatever your preference is. We're still here to help support you and make sure that you get started at CVCC. So I think that we've got a poll now for you to find out what programs you're interested in, and then you'll hear from one of our academic counselors, Mark Zicola, a little bit more in depth on the programs that we offer.
Yes, thank you, Brittany. So yes, we would love to get your opinion on what program that you're interested in having here at CVCC. I'm going to launch the poll for you. And if you'll just go ahead and answer what program that you're interested in, and we will go ahead and figure out from there to see where Mark can kind of guide you in the right direction. Give you one more minute, because there's one more that hasn't. We can't see who votes, by the way. They are anonymous, but we can tell, just by the number of people that are here who are responding, but not the people themselves. So, all right, I'm going to end the polling for you, and I'm going to share your results. All right, so right now, Mark, so you'll know that we have one who's wanting to do a transfer program, either in general studies, education, business administration, or liberal arts. There's also one for allied health program, either radiology, respiratory, or med lab. And then we have one that's going to do a technical program in mechatronics or electronics technology. So thank y'all again for engaging with us. And I'm going to stop sharing the results and go ahead and hand it over to Mark Sokola to talk with you.
Thank you, Kimberly.
You're welcome.
Hi, everybody. Thank you again for joining us this afternoon. CVCC's slogan is "Where Your Future Begins." And here at CVCC, it is more than just a few words. No matter your goal, your dream, it can become a reality right here in Lynchburg. Essentially, there are two paths that we've got: academic, transfer, and technical programs. We were kind of split with interests this evening, so I'm going to start with the technical path. It could be mechatronics, electronics technology. You might be interested in the healthcare field, whether that would be a respiratory therapy program, med lab technology, radiological technology, etc. I recommend to students that every time you step foot on campus, be that physically or remotely, virtually, you are auditioning for a job. We have great ties with area industry, and our guest speaker this evening will speak a little bit to that, I'm sure, in a few moments. So these companies know the type of students CVCC is known to produce. You've got the ability to earn that certificate, diploma, associate's degree, and enter directly into the workforce. Auditioning for a job, when you're in class, well, number one, do you show up on time? Do you turn in all your assignments? Are your projects done to the best of your ability? Your instructors are going to notice you and get to know you. And they're going to know what kind of work ethic you have. Do you come to classes prepared? And it's important to realize that these companies are going to be contacting our program heads to see who we've got graduating in the end of a particular semester, and they're going to make recommendations based on what they've seen over your time here at CVCC. So please take advantage of that, give it your best, because you can do some great things here at CVCC through our technical programs. On the flip side are our transfer programs designed, well, I guess the role of the community college when it comes to transferring is to prepare you, to get a head start on that four-year degree. If you go directly to the four-year institution, they're still going to require you to take English and math and history, lab sciences, and the like. You can do that here at CVCC for a fraction of the cost. And it gives you a head start on that bachelor's degree. You'll have choices as to, do I want to take just some classes and transfer to CVCC, or do I want to secure that associate's degree? One of the benefits to securing the associate's degree is our guaranteed admissions agreement and our articulation agreements. These are contracts between Virginia Community College System and/or CVCC and four-year institutions, both public and private, here in the Commonwealth and beyond. And essentially, if you fulfill the requirements of this contract, you will have guaranteed admission into that four-year institution. So there will be a seat with your name on it, regardless of the number of students that have applied to that school. That's a pretty neat opportunity. So, and it's also okay if you don't know what you want to do. The navigators, the counselors can help you process that to come up with some suggestions, ideas, some paths that you might want to explore to begin your future here at CVCC. We've got a terrific support system here to help you along your journey. We've got the Student Accessibilities Office. We've got a writing lab, math lab. We also offer free tutoring. So the support is here for you to do great things here in Lynchburg. I like to share a story usually, and this time it's not going to be about a particular student. I received a call this morning. I was working with a student, and I noticed this student was enrolled full-time for the summer, 12 credits. Now, fall semester, spring semester, 16 weeks. Summer, either 5 weeks or 10 weeks. It's a faster pace. The speed of the classes is accelerated. Life is a balance. You're all busy. So taking on higher education, CVCC, we're adding something more to your plate. And in order to balance that, something's got to give. The gods of academia say that for every 1 credit you enroll in, be prepared to spend 2 to 3 hours outside the classroom, homework, studying, research. So if you're enrolled in 12 credits, if we multiply that by 3, that's a full-time job to study. It's not counting the time you spend in the classroom. So navigators, counselors, it's a nice idea. Even though we encourage you, oh yes, enroll yourself. You can sign up online for your classes. That's terrific. But it's not a bad idea to check with one of us to ensure, oops, how's that balance? Oops, I work. Ooh, I have a family. I have other responsibilities within the community that I've got to take care of. There's a balance, and those classes are going to demand a lot of your time. Bounce things off of us. We're not going to tell you what to do, force you what to do. It is your decision, but please lean on us to get our perspective on things, just to make sure you're setting yourself up for success. And with that, I will stop yapping. So folks, to learn more about workforce and the opportunities provided within that department, Ms. Francie Dye.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so thrilled to be here, and I am going to share my screen with you. I have a few slides that I'm hoping that I can share. That should just take a moment. And it says the host has disabled that.
Kimberly knows what to
You are
do.
good to go, Francie. You should be able to do it.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I'm hoping that everyone can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great. Now I need myself to see the screen. 1 second. Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for letting me join in this evening. Workforce, I'm actually one representative of many on our team. And they welcome you, and certainly we hope that we'll be able to engage with you in the future, in the near future. Thank you, Mark, for actually getting me started there. Appreciate that. So I am the training coordinator in the workforce division, and we are part of the campus. We are just another arm, another opportunity to help you to either begin a journey or to continue your journey. So many folks, we may see you at your early stages in your career, and other folks, many folks actually will see you again, either once you become employed or if you're planning to advance your career. So not only CVCC, but you'll find, regardless of where you are in the nation, you have your local community college as a wonderful resource to help you to grow with whatever your needs and interests may be at the time. The great thing that I love about CVCC is it's really not about us. We have a lot of wonderful staff. We have wonderful instructors. We're very passionate about what we do. And unlike some other colleges, we have a workforce department that's very much engaged with the academic division. We really promote a one-door policy, vision, so that you are the critical component with everything that we do every day. It drives us every day in all the services and classes that we offer. We want to help you find your unique pathway. Because each of you are unique. You're going to find your own goals and ambitions, and we want to help you achieve those. You'll see from this slide just a few of our recent students, and quite honestly, I can't even describe to you how diverse they are, not only in their backgrounds, but in their ambitions and their goals. And of course, they have so many opportunities to participate in not only workforce classes, but lots of other opportunities and services there at CVCC. So what we are there to do, and we are tasked to do at the workforce division, is we are certainly providing lots of education and training programs. We reach out and assess the community to kind of figure out what some gaps may be, what are some unaddressed needs of area companies. Lots of times we're tasked to build a workforce pipeline because companies may have openings that they are having challenges filling. And so we try to upskill and provide individuals and our citizens opportunities to fill those positions and have a wonderful career opportunity. You'll see there one of our students went through one of our manufacturing programs and moved on and is a great asset to one of our local businesses. So all of our programs are business driven, and I'm thinking many of you all may recognize some of these companies. This is just a small list of some of the companies that we work with. And so we never create a program unless there is a need, number one. Number two, that we can validate that the student that completes our program is going to be connected to a career pathway that provides them with a great wage, a job opportunity, and hopefully a long life career. Not necessarily with that company, but hopefully many opportunities with multiple companies, because as you know, most individuals are working with multiple companies in their career in this day and age. These companies also serve to review our curriculum. They serve as guest speakers. Lots of times they may serve as a co-instructor. And then, of course, they hire our students. And that goes to say across the entire campus. Companies are reaching out to us and wanting to hire our students, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And they make us proud every day. So one of the new things over the past couple of years that has been available through Workforce is what we call fast forward programs. And all of these programs lead to nationally recognized credentials. They've been vetted by the local folks, the state folks, area businesses, and it's very rigorous to get these programs approved. They are intensive and they're short term. And as Michelle said in her introduction, it's kind of a program that can get you in, get you a credential and a skill, and get you connected with an employment opportunity much quicker than other available programs. However, hopefully that's not the end of your journey. Hopefully that's just the beginning, and that you will be ready and confident that you can continue your education at CVCC for certificates, degrees, and or other advanced degrees at other universities. So there's lots of opportunities. Take a look at the list there. You will see just a wide range of opportunities in various fields. We bundle our fees, so usually the classes will involve tuition, books, materials, and exam fees. We really do try to make it easy and simple for our students. We do have some new programs that we're developing. You'll see the list there. Those are rounding up and becoming available in fall of 2020 and winter, spring of 21. One really cool new thing that we're doing, and we will be doing more and more of this, is a new career pathway with our EMT and advanced EMT, where if you successfully complete those programs in Workforce, then we can easily transition you into a paramedic degree program there. And many of our programs, not just this one, but if you take the class, you excel, you get your credential, and you're like, hey, I think I want to continue on with this, and I want to continue on through a program at CVCC, then you can earn credit by exam. And so our deans can actually get you connected and on the journey to continue your education. Funding is available, just like on the credit side. We have phenomenal funding opportunities, and it's so easy to qualify. Here's some specifics we're talking about. Just being a resident of Virginia would qualify for probably up to a 66% discount. If you live in specific counties, then you're probably going to have a reduction down to 1/6. If you live in a low-income family and it's not hard to reach those guidelines, then there are programs available that can pay anywhere from 90 to 100% of your cost, and then additional expenses that you might incur just to succeed through the classes. Why is it important to earn a credential and to, of course, to continue your education? Here's some really big reasons why that studies show, and these are the things that companies are looking for. So you can certainly gain all of these skills and all of these opportunities through our programs as well as any other program there at the college. In Workforce, you're going to have access to supportive services, scholarships, job connectivity, and career advising services, just like you were on the academic side. Many of those are the same individuals providing those services. So again, it's that one door mentality. Lastly, just a few students. This could be you. These are some of our students. They were students and they got their credential, and now they're working in a profession and happy and fulfilled. Many of them are continuing their education because they found out, hey, I can do this. And we want to be there with you every step of the way. Just like the rest of the college, we've had some great successes locally, regionally, statewide, where our students are recognized for the awesome things that they're doing. It's an honor to just serve them, to serve you. If you have an interest in any of our programs, if you'd like to learn more, here's some contact information. You can reach out to us. During the month of May, we're finalizing our schedule for the fall and the new year. You can, after that time, probably in the end of May, look at our website and you'll be provided all updated information. Join the family. Once you get your foot in, then you're in for life. And just contact me if I can be of any assistance. Thank you so much. And for now, I'm actually going to end the slideshow, and I'll refer you back to Kimberly, and she's got a poll for you. So good luck.
Thank you, Francie, very much. Okay, so I got another fun activity for you that I want to get some engagement on. Let's see. I'm going to go to our favorite one. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? Get you to choose your favorite ice cream.
All right, this is very important. This is our most important poll of the night. There it is again. Oh.
My cookies and cream are.
All right, so
Come on.
I'm gonna end the polling and I'm gonna share the results. All right, so I didn't have cookies and cream on here before and I added it today, and look at it.
The dark
Cookies,
horse.
Cream and cookie dough are in a tie. Then you've got cotton candy and birthday cake. So thank you very much. And the reason we have this poll is because our student activities coordinator, Deanne McDaniel, who's going to talk to you now, is going to tell you why that's important to know your ice cream flavor.
Thank you, Kim. I'm going to do a quick down and dirty presentation so we don't keep you guys too long tonight, because I know probably I'm standing between you and dinner right now. So when you come to college, whether it's 4-year or 2-year, you have two types of learning. You have your in-class learning, which is what everybody talked about here before me. And then you have what I get to do with you is your out-of-class learning. And this is important, especially if you're looking to transfer to a 4-year school, because I provide like leadership opportunities, ways for you to get involved on campus, and ways for you to make friends. Areas that fall under my department are our student clubs and organizations. I'm also the advisor for our Student Government Association. And then I work along with Kim and Brittany as they advise our Student Ambassador Program, which is a program that is another leadership opportunity where they provide tours, they mentor incoming freshmen, and they're involved in a lot of our recruitment activities with Michelle as well. And then as Kim was just saying, the fun part of my job is we plan 2 picnics every year. We kick off the semester with a picnic to welcome everyone back on campus. And then we would have done this last Friday is we would have ended the semester celebrating the end of the school year with another big picnic. And it's a good idea for me to know ice cream flavors so I can make sure that our vendor bring those to you. So that's kind of down and dirty what I do here at the school. Kim will list all of our information in the chat. So if you have any questions on any specific activities or clubs, I can always answer those for you. Or once you decide to come to CVCC, you can reach out to me with any ideas you have. I'd be glad to help you. So I'm going to say thank you very much for joining us, and I'm going to throw it back to Michelle.
Dee, tell them about the movie tickets.
So real quick, yes, I do also, one of the nice benefits that everybody loves with me is that I sell movie tickets, and they're $8.50 a piece. And I don't even know where movie tickets are going to be once we go back to whatever a new normal will be, but they are $8.50, and it's a nice little perk for all of our students.
Okay, now this brings us to the portion of the session that we get really excited about because we want to hear from you. We are now going into the Q&A portion of our session. So please bring the questions on, and I'm going to throw it back to Kimberly.
Okay, I am going to unmute everyone. If you give me just a minute, I'm going to try to unmute everyone. And feel free to ask some questions. I've been answering some in the chat feature, but feel free if you have any questions to go ahead and ask them now. Are there any questions?
There we go.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Can I ask a question, Kimberly?
Sure, go ahead.
When is the first day of summer classes?
First day of summer classes is May 18th.
Oh yeah? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And I did see, I think it was Rebecca, I saw her doing a clap with the movie tickets. And so that was good. It's good to see the interaction there. So thank you so much. Before I hand it over back to Michelle, what I would like to do, all right, Susan has a question real quick. Would Brittany be the best contact for someone who needs to
Any
investigate?
navigator, counselor.
Yes, either a navigator or counselor, but Brittany is one of our navigators and she'd be great to be able to help you get started with that. Yes, absolutely.
And Susan, I'll just say too that, I mean, whoever you reach out to, we have, you know, we can obviously talk to you about the programs that we offer and where, you know, where they'll lead, you know, you at, but we have kind of like a career assessment. We've got a few different ones that we can share a link with you and have you do. And it really does give good feedback that's kind of dead on with where your interests are at. And it provides, you know, what's needed for kind of just a certificate path or versus a 2-year path and a 4-year path and even, you know, further. So it can really kind of help open up the mind with some ideas as far as different career options if you're feeling like maybe stuck on just a couple options that you're tossing kind of back and forth.
Awesome. Thanks, Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an advantage to co-enrollment with LU? Mark, do you want to take that one?
Sure. Yeah, I think one of the nice things with any of our co-enrollment programs is that you get to experience that 4-year institution before you get there. Now it'll take a little bit more coordinating your schedule so you've got enough time to, in this case, get across the street. Ward's Road right now isn't heavily traveled, but when we're back on campus, as you know, it's a bear to get across the street. But it's a nice opportunity to get a feel for an institution, in this case, Liberty, before you commit and you're there as a full-time student. So yeah, I think it's a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, and I'll just add to that, Mark. We have these co-enrollment agreements, you know, with Liberty, Sweetbriar, Lynchburg, and Randolph. Am I missing any? I hope I didn't miss one. Randolph has kind of raised the bar this year, and I will say, to give our friends over there a shout out, you know, for all the co-enrollment schools, you all you have to do is pay the CVCC price for whatever class you take over there. Well, our friends at Randolph said, you know what? If you give us a try.
Did we lose him?
I think
I
he
know.
froze.
I think I know where he was going with that. So Randolph made a little bit of a change